Hello everyone, this is Crypto Dave and welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I want to talk to you about how to prepare for the upcoming SEGWIT 2x hard fork. Now this is going to be sort of like a step-by-step guide, okay? So let's get started, shall we? First of all, let's go to CoinMarketCap and check out today's Bitcoin price. Right now, Bitcoin is at $7,170, okay? And actually, what happened was it had a slight pullback since last night. I think it dropped as low as 6,900, somewhere in that vicinity, and then it shot right back up again. Let's take a look at the chart here on TradingView.com. Okay, this is our Bitcoin price chart, and for the last 3 months, more or less. Let me see. Yeah, so since August, see how much of a bull run we've experienced. Okay, huge volatility, and then huge spike down, and then boom, up again, and then up and up and up and up. So now we're at 7,100. So we still past 7,000. And okay, let me see here. Actually, it went as low as $6,946. Okay, so for just a brief moment there, it went below the $7,000 mark, which is okay because this is Bitcoin, and if you've been in Bitcoin for long enough, then you realize that a few percentage up and down, that's like nothing, maybe 5-10% swings in a day, that is actually like nothing. Okay, so let's look at some background information first. Okay, so today's topic is how to prepare for the Bitcoin SEGWIT 2x hard fork, right? Okay, so let's get some background information. First of all, this year alone, we've experienced 2 hard forks. Okay, so the first one was Bitcoin Cash, and it happened on the 1st of August. And then the second one was Bitcoin Gold, and it happened on the 25th of October. I still haven't gotten my Bitcoin Gold coins yet. Okay, so there's like a big delay in their development, so I still have to find out what's going on. But then I'm entitled to get the coins, the free coins, but then I still haven't gotten it yet. Bitcoin Cash, I sold out of it already. Okay, so I sold out the moment I got it. It was at a high price and I sold it. I should have gotten back into Bitcoin Cash because now it's up at $600 a coin, so that's pretty good, right? So anyway, so in this upcoming fork, which is supposed to occur on the 16th of November, please keep in mind that the fork will happen at block 494784. So when this block is mined on or around that date, 16th of November, a new fork or a new blockchain will be born, right? Which is the SEGWIT 2x hard fork that we're talking about here. Okay, now this is a complete different kind of animal than the first 2 because it wants to replace the old Bitcoin or the original Bitcoin. It wants to replace it. Okay, so I guess you can say, this one is aggressive. What I would do is I would keep my funds safe and I wouldn't move it after the fork. Okay, so first let's take a look at the prices for Bitcoin during the 2 split. Okay, so on August the 1st, here's Bitcoin price on TradingView again. Okay, but then as you can see here, I took the chart, I cropped the chart out to show you. Here's August the 1st, right? So this is what happened. So immediately after the snapshot, Bitcoin price plummeted all the way down here, like from here to here, right? And then it quickly was bought back up, and then it closed here. So each candle is like, I'm not sure, this is like, maybe it's like a 30-minute candle. Oh, it's a 3-hour candle. Okay, so each candlestick represents a 3-hour trading session. So it was sold all the way down to here, and then it shot back up to 2,700. It went all the way down to close to 2,600, 26 something, right? And then it went back up to 2,700. You can see the sell-off right here. And then within the next couple of days, second, third, fourth, fifth, so it remained down in this level for like maybe 3 days, and then Bitcoin started to rise again, and then it went up, never coming back down here ever again. You think we're going to see this 2,700 level, 2,600 level ever again? Hard to say. But this is really comforting to know that Bitcoin is on an upward trend, because after the dip, so after the snapshot, Bitcoin dipped and then it went back up and slowly, found its way back up again, right? All the way up. So this is what happened to Bitcoin prices, the price during the first fork in August. Okay, now let's take a look at the second fork, which is what? Bitcoin Cash, right? Bitcoin Gold, right? So Bitcoin Gold happened on the 25th of October, right? And during the 25th of October, let's see what happened. So here's the 24th. 25th should be around right here. And what happened was Bitcoin dipped, boom, it just came right down, like from 5,700 all the way down to 54, only like a $300 drop, which is nothing. I mean, if you've been in Bitcoin long enough, a $300 drop is like nothing, okay? Because you know it's gonna go back up again, right? So it dropped about 300 bucks, and then it slowly found its way back up almost immediately. Like, this is like within the same day, It shot back up, and then up, and then up, and then never coming back down, never visiting this level ever again, 5,500. So it's been on an upward trend ever since. Okay, so this kind of gives you some insight into how the Bitcoin price is. I mean, if you're worried, oh man, this fork, once it's done, once they take the snapshot, Bitcoin price is gonna retreat to like 4,000 or 5,000. I think that's wishful thinking, because they probably want to buy more Bitcoins, right? It's not impossible. I mean, it's definitely possible. I mean, cryptocurrency, anything is possible, right? But I'm just saying that it's highly unlikely. It might find its way go up to, right now, I think, okay, it's gonna go up past 8,000, perhaps even up to 9,000, but maybe in the 8,000 range. Then it might have a slight pullback, and after the fork, it might have a small sellout down to maybe 6,000-7,000, and then it'll start to go back up again, right? It's really hard to say. I don't want to make any predictions because I could be wrong, but it's just I'm observing what's happening, and that's my belief, right? So, and another thing is, never invest more than you're willing to lose, or never invest an amount more than what you can afford to lose, because you never know what's going to happen. But then again, the thing is, if you put some money in the stock market, if you go to Las Vegas, put your money on the blackjack table, I mean, you never know what's going to happen, right? Cryptocurrencies, I think it's a little bit better, but then again, nothing is for certain. So always invest an amount that you're willing to lose, and then you'll be okay. And this is by no means any financial advice, because it's just my own opinion, and I've been in Bitcoin for about 2 years, and I've been studying Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies during this time, so I just want to share what I know with my YouTube viewers. Okay, so I hope it's exciting. I hope it's been informative, and then let's go and continue with our step-by-step guide. Now that we have some background information as to where we are right now, in terms of the Bitcoin price is concerned, right? Okay, so keep in mind that a lot of the exchanges will be shutting down. Exchanges, wallets, they will be shutting down their Bitcoin wallet about 24 hours or perhaps even longer, maybe 24 hours maximum, okay, minimum, I mean, sorry, before the fork. So if you want to get your money into the exchanges, you have to do it like at least a day and a half, 2 days beforehand. Don't wait until the last minute, in other words, okay? And the reason is because they need to keep the funds safe while the network is in transition, and they have their own, you know, course to do. So you have to get your bitcoins in the exchange 24 hours or longer before the fork happens to be safe. Okay, so SEGWIT 2x, B2x as they call it on HitBTC, is it really worth my while? You have to ask yourself that, right? Because for every Bitcoin that you have, you're gonna get one SEGWIT B2X coin in exchange, in return, right? So if you have 5 Bitcoins, you're gonna get 5 B2X coins, right? If you have half of a Bitcoin, then you're gonna get half of a SEGWIT B2X coin, right? So that's still a significant amount of money, right? So right now, how much is the SEGWIT 2x coin, the futures? Okay, the coin isn't out yet, right? But how much is the futures worth? SEGWIT futures B2x, right? And this is probably the price on HBTC. Let's see which market we're talking about. Yeah, HitBTC, X rates. Okay, so let's just assume it's only HBTC because that's where all the volume is anyway, right? So, and how much is the price? $1,435. So you have to ask yourself, if somebody wants to give you $1,435 for that one Bitcoin that you have, they want to give you an extra $1,435. Do you want that? And is it important to you? If it is, then it's important to take the steps, do the preparations necessary before the fork, so that you have your Bitcoins in place to be ready to receive this extra free money, right? So this is what this video is all about, and this is what I've been trying to study for the past week, 2 weeks, and also to prepare myself, right? So I'm just basically sharing what I know with my YouTube viewers, okay? So if this is important for you, you have to consider the steps that you need to make. So number one, you need to ask yourself is, where do you want to store your Bitcoins, right? Now, you can store them on an altcoin exchange, providing that the altcoin exchange has made a statement that they will support the airdrop for the B2X coins. In other words, if you have your coins on their exchange during the time of the snapshot, they will issue you 1-for-1, right? So my recommendation is, well, HitBTC, they've already made their statement that they will support this airdrop, right? They will support this, okay? It's right here. I will include a link to this web page on the bottom of the description for this video, so you can click and then you can read it through if you want, okay? But let me just kind of go through this real quickly so you know where it is. It's here. It says SEGWIT, okay? It's their announcement on the fork that they will support this. Basically, they supported the Bitcoin Gold, and then now they're supporting the SEGWIT 2x. And at the moment of the fork, you will be credited the same amount of B2x as you have Bitcoin on your HitBTC account, okay? So that states very clearly what they promised to do. So I do recommend HitBTC, but then Bittrex, they have not made an announcement yet, okay? But if we were to look at their trend, what they've done in the past 2 forks, they've supported both forks, okay? And what happened was 3 to 4 days before the fork, they would come out with a statement, okay? So I'm gonna go look for those statements right now. So this was for Bitcoin Gold. Actually, let's go down to Bitcoin Cash first. This is their, it's just a standard Twitter account. And, oops, I'm sorry. need to go to their Twitter account. What happened there? Okay, and then I'm clicking Twitter. And we need to go all the way, scroll all the way down. Let me see. It was on August the 1st, right? So we need to go all the way down, August the 1st. So I think July, oh, wait a second. Okay, there we go. Statement on Bitcoin Cash. So their statement came out on the 26th of July, which is like 4 days before the fork happened, right? So in other words, the minute you see this statement come out on Bittrex, you gotta get your coins over there like within the next day. You have about a day and a half to do it. Okay, if you wait, you're gonna miss the deadline. Like they're gonna shut down the wallet. You're not gonna be able to do it. You're not gonna be able to get your coins over there in time, right? So within a day and a half to 2 days, you have to send your coins over there like almost immediately. Prepare for it. Let's see. Okay, so if you have Bitcoin balance on your Bittrex during the UAHF time on August the 1st, you will be additionally credited the equivalent amount of Bitcoin Cash on a one-to-one basis, right? I.e. 1 Bitcoin on Bittrex held during the on-exchange snapshot. See the keyword? Snapshot will get you 1 BCC. Okay, so that's their statement, right? I'm going to shut this out first. Okay, so they made the announcement just a few days before the fork. Okay, now let's go to the Bitcoin Gold fork. September, and then Bitcoin Gold was when it was in October, right? October. Okay. Oh, statement on disabled account. Okay, it's on. They made their statement on Bitcoin Gold on the 21st. So also 3 days before before the fork takes place. Okay, 3 to 4 days. So basically, once you get this statement, okay, once you read the statement, once they come out with a statement, you have to get the coins over there like almost immediately, so you don't miss the the deadline, right? Because they're gonna shut down the Bitcoin wallet. Nothing comes out, nothing goes out, right? Nothing comes in, nothing goes out. So you have to act quickly. But the thing is, see here, it says you will be credited the equivalent amount of Bitcoin Gold on a one-to-one basis, right? Bittrex held during the on-exchange snapshot, you will get 1 Bitcoin Gold, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so same thing. But they have not made a statement yet. Okay, so what I would do is I would recommend is, well, I think they will come out with a statement, but just to be on the safe side, I would sign up with HBTC, HitBTC, sorry, and just sign up with an account and kind of play around with their interface, perhaps even send some Bitcoin over there, just to familiarize yourself with that platform. So in the event that Bittrex does not support, this SEGWIT 2x B2X coin, then you have a you have a second option. Okay, so I will leave my link below in the description. You can sign up with the link, and then once you have, you can contact me through my communication channels below, and then we can I can walk you through how to familiarize yourself with the platform, with the HBTC platform. Okay, you might want to put it. Okay, so that's option number 1, is to put your Bitcoins on an altcoin exchange. Option number 2 is to put your altcoins, put your Bitcoin at a Bitcoin exchange. Okay, so something like Coinbase, right? Coinbase is the biggest Bitcoin exchange in America, North America. But the thing is, they don't trade altcoins, right? So if you put your Bitcoin on Coinbase, the best that you can do is, once the hard fork takes place, okay, once the hard fork has taken place, you sell all your Bitcoins for fiat currency. if that's what you want to do. If that's not what you want to do, I wouldn't even bother putting my Bitcoins on Coinbase, okay? Because that's all you can do is you can buy Bitcoin and then you can maybe, I don't know, maybe transfer it to Ethereum perhaps, but then, or you can sell it for fiat, right? So for those of you who want to sell your Bitcoins for fiat immediately after the fork, then you might want to put your Bitcoins on Coinbase, right? Okay, option number 3 is put your Bitcoins in a paper wallet, okay? So you can take a look at my video. You know, if you dig through my videos, there's going to be a video on how to store your Bitcoins in a paper wallet for during the split. Okay, so you can take a look at that. If you put it in a paper wallet, then you have the private keys, and that will assure you of your coins, and it'll also be the safest because you're hanging on to your own keys. Every time you put your Bitcoin on an altcoin exchange or on even a Bitcoin exchange like Coinbase, you're surrendering your ownership of the coins to the exchanges. So basically you're at the mercy of the exchange. If they shut down, if they get hacked, whatever, right, then you might lose your Bitcoins. So I'm not saying, you know, they will shut down. I'm saying just that if you want to own your private keys, then you genuinely own the Bitcoins, and that is when you have it in a paper wallet, okay? Or perhaps some other wallets like the Electrum wallet or even blockchain wallet, okay, where you can export the keys and then store the keys, and then you would also be the true owners of the Bitcoins, right? So, and this is something to worry about, is because like Coinbase, blockchain, and some other major exchanges have already made their statement that the chain that has the chain that has the most accumulated difficulty, okay, they've already made their claim, their support, that whichever Bitcoin, it can be the new Bitcoin or the old Bitcoin, whichever one of the two coins which has the most accumulated difficulty will be referred to as the Bitcoin, as the real Bitcoin, right? So this is a different type of animal because one could replace the other. That's what I'm saying. So this is serious business, okay? So the way to do it is when you get your coins, don't sell it. See what happens, and don't move your Bitcoins after the split. Don't move it, okay? So the key is to have it at the place where you want to have your Bitcoins after the split. Okay, so after the fork, what is your intention? After the fork, if you want to sell out to fiat, keep it on Coinbase. Right after the fork, if you want to dive into altcoins, then have it at an altcoin exchange like Bittrex or HitBTC, right? Or if you're not going to be doing anything with it, you're just going to huddle on to your Bitcoins and wait for the price to go even higher, then you can have it in a paper wallet. Okay, so depending on what you want to do. Now, do you think Bitcoin will go higher, or do you think it'll crash? And also, do you think the altcoins will have a bull run? That's what you need to ask yourself, right? So if you look at my, if you watch my other video on SEGWIT 2x, then, actually I'd already discussed that the altcoins will have a bull run after the, the SEGWIT 2x fork. But then it might be short-lived, who knows, right? But if you think Bitcoin will go higher, then you probably want to hang on to your Bitcoins. But if you think there's going to be a crash, you might perhaps want to sell it or dive into altcoins. And then once that altcoin have that bull run, then you can jump back into Bitcoins, right? Okay, so first of all, sign up with HitBTC, the link below, and familiarize yourself with the interface. So this is, these are the steps that I would recommend. Okay, sign up with HitBTC, and let me see, HitBTC. HitBTC. Okay, and then basically sign up with this altcoin exchange, and then once you're logged in, sign up, and then once you're logged in, try to play around and maneuver around the exchange and see how things work here. And you might also perhaps want to deposit some Bitcoin, right? Deposit some Bitcoin, and then just go to Bitcoin and click the deposit address. Is it showing up? Let me see. Okay, so and then you have the QR code and then the address, and then you just send it to this address. Well, this is Bitcoin, I'm sorry. They gave me the Bitcoin. I want Bitcoin. Show zero balance. It's only Bitcoin. So, right. So this is the Bitcoin address, right? And then you can just copy it, and then go to wherever it is you store your Bitcoins, and then you can send it. Let's say if I have mine on local Bitcoins, then I can just send it out real easily. Just go into my wallet, and then I want to send Bitcoins, and then just put that address here, and then I want to send 0.05 Bitcoin, and then I can send it, right? Of course, I'm not going to send it here because I'm just going to keep my Bitcoins here so I can sell them in just a little while. Okay, so let me see. That's number one, is to familiarize yourself with HitBTC. Okay, and number two is watch my video on how to store Bitcoins in a paper wallet, and then make some paper wallets and get ready to store some Bitcoins in there. Perhaps you can even send a small amount, and then if you have any questions, leave a message for me, and then I'll walk you through how to get that done, or how to actually make the paper wallet and then send some Bitcoins there, right? So let me know if you have any questions. And then number three, of course, is to wait. We're gonna wait. Okay, everybody in the industry right now, we're waiting for Bittrex for their stance on the airdrop, and we expect that just a few days before the fork, they will make a statement, an announcement, and then once they confirm they will support the airdrop, I'll probably send some Bitcoins there. I think a lot of people will, and then I'll hold some in my paper wallet, as I've mentioned. So ask me if you're interested. Like, you can ask me, hey, David, what are you going to do with your Bitcoins? Where are you going to send them? And then we can discuss that, and I can kind of give you some help, advice on how you can store your Bitcoins, or where you should send them, and how many percent to send to where. Okay, now let me give you a reminder, okay? You need to ask yourself is what you want to do. That's the most important thing. Is if you believe that Bitcoin price will tank, if you believe that right after the fork, Bitcoin's going to drop to like 4,000, okay? What you probably want to do is to have your Bitcoins at Coinbase, or at one of those Bitcoin exchanges where you can sell it right away. Okay, but that exchange has to support the airdrop. In other words, if that Bitcoin exchange does not support the airdrop, then don't send the money there. Don't send the Bitcoins there, right? So Coinbase is one that will support the airdrop. Then you can send it there, and then once the fork occurred, then you can sell out to fiat. Okay. Now, if that's not what you want to do, if what you want to do is right after the fork, you want to dive into your favorite altcoin and participate and benefit from that spike, that bull run that you think is going to happen, okay, then you need to have your altcoins on an altcoin exchange like Bittrex or HitBTC, where they support the airdrop and they allow you to trade altcoins, right? Okay, so ask yourself what you want to do with your coins after the split. Now, if you're just holding on to your Bitcoins and you don't want to do anything with it, okay, you don't think there's going to be a bull run in the altcoin market, and you don't think Bitcoin prices will tank, you just want to hang on to your Bitcoins, and you want the safest scenario, okay, you don't want to lose your Bitcoins, you just want to hang on to it, right? Then I'd suggest put them in a paper wallet. Okay, so watch my video on how to create the paper wallet. and you can ask me any questions you want, procedures. If you're not sure, contact me and then I'll walk you through, okay? And then of course there's a blockchain wallet. I think they also support the airdrop, but then they claim only if there's a significant value, okay? If there's significant value for the new coin, then they will issue the coins to you, which means that they will support this. Let me see what else I need to talk about. Okay, so the reminder is don't expect that you will be able to move your bitcoins anytime soon after the fork. In other words, if you have your bitcoins in a paper wallet, don't expect to send it to an exchange immediately after the fork. I wouldn't do that, okay? Don't send it anywhere. Okay, just basically just stay put. And the reason is because of the replay protection. Okay, not sure if they've implemented it yet or they plan to implement it, but then we need to wait until the dust settles. As they call this is a civil war in the Bitcoin community. Okay, so this is a serious matter. Okay, don't move your bitcoins after the split. Okay, so you need to keep your bitcoins. You need to already have your bitcoins at the place where you want them after the split, and expect to keep it there for some time, right? And then we want to wait to see what the value of the B2X is, and don't, I wouldn't sell it yet. I would just kind of wait a while and see which chain wins out, or if they're going to be able to coexist, or one's going to die out, or what. A lot of uncertainty. Okay, so for people like us, we're just end users. We're not miners. We're not technicians. We're not programmers. Just take a wait and see stance is probably the best thing to do, and don't move your Bitcoin. That's all I can suggest. Let me see what else I need to talk about. Okay, so talked about Bittrex. Okay, so right now Bitcoin price is at $7,123. So we're pretty confident that I think the prices will not tank. Oh yeah, and then I also want to talk about is Cointelegraph and some articles, right? So why am I so bullish on Bitcoin? Because I read a lot of the articles and then I come to my own conclusions. I mean, I look at the charts. Okay, not to say I don't. I look at a lot of the charts. I study the candles and everything, but then this is not traditional stocks and funds, right? Bitcoin is a new kind of investment, cryptocurrency. And the thing is, we have to consider a lot of the other factors involved, right? Not just the chart. So in addition to looking at the chart, I also pay close attention to what's happening in its environment. Okay, so look at this. Bitcoin is at $7,170. It's shot back up already. Okay, we're like a few $100s down. That's it. That's like nothing. Goldman Sachs, large firm in America, right, predicts Bitcoin price will consolidate around 8,000 before continuing up. So when it gets to 8,000, it might have a slight pullback, and then it's going to go higher, right? I think if it gets beyond 8,000, I might sell maybe 20% of my holdings in Bitcoin, 25 perhaps, but it's gotta be in a solid 8,000s, like maybe 8,400, 83, 8,500. I might sell just like maybe 20 to 25%, and the reason is because I hope that it might go back down a little bit lower, like down to 6,000 or 5,000, and then I'll jump back in, right? And then I can increase my Bitcoin count. But I'm not going to be selling any Bitcoins beforehand, or I'm only selling as just the Bitcoins that I need to use, Now, why am I so bullish on the Bitcoin price? Just one article, okay? Government regulations. So a lot of the governments around the world, Japan, Korea, they are embracing Bitcoin, as we know. China, they say they're going to ban Bitcoin, but I don't think that's going to be long before they're going to regulate Bitcoin and then give it some space for existence, right? But the thing is, the government want to create their own cryptocurrency. Okay, so and also there's a lot of other peer-to-peer websites that people from China can buy Bitcoin. So I'm not worried about the regulation unless you make owning Bitcoin to be a felony, which I don't think that's going to happen, right? And we already know it's not possible to shut down Bitcoin because it's all over the world. Miners are all everywhere. So you would have to shut down the internet, for good. If you want to if you want to eradicate Bitcoin, so it's not possible to eradicate it. No such thing for Bitcoin. Hard forks. That is a great influence on the price, because every time there's a hard fork, the price spiked, okay, because everybody jumped into Bitcoin, and as we see from the earlier months of this year until now, Bitcoin went up already like maybe 6 folds to 7 folds, right? And these two hard forks, I think, did its job as well. So, and we got more coins. Every time there's a hard fork, we got more coins. So that is a very strong support for the price of Bitcoin. And then also a biggie is the link to mainstream finance. As we know right now, mainstream finance like Wall Street, people who invest in stocks and bonds and things like that, the cryptocurrency space is only getting about less than 1% of all these investments. Okay, so once Bitcoin goes a little bit mainstream, okay, so like why is this article talking about this mainstream link? Is because recently they just made an announcement that Bitcoin is going to be traded on the exchange. CME Group, the world's largest option exchange, announced that they will begin trading in Bitcoin futures by the end of 2017, pending regulatory approval, which is like in a month. Within the next couple of weeks, Bitcoin futures will be traded in America, in the part of the world's largest options exchange in Chicago, right? So once that becomes a reality, that's going to pull in a lot of legitimacy and also money from the traditional market, Wall Street. Okay, people will begin to take notice of what Bitcoin is, and they're going to want in. So this is just going to go through the roof. I mean, Bitcoin prices will go through the roof once that happens. Okay, I can be sure of that. I mean, without a doubt. And then, of course, as we know, people from all over the world, fiat currencies are losing its value like crazy. Places like Venezuela, some certain parts in Africa, Brazil, where else? Any parts in Asia, I'm not sure, but at least we know there's a few countries where their own currency lost so much value, hyperinflation, driving people to the Bitcoin investments, right? Using Bitcoin as a means to transact business, etc. So a lot of support from different sides of the world, and also I think with regards to Bitcoin, it's just going to become more and more mainstream. So if you have not invested in Bitcoin yet, I would give a friendly advice is to try to slowly invest your money in. Okay, every time there's a dip, you can try to invest some money, but don't jump all in, at once. And try to try to go about it like, invest only what you're willing to lose. I mean, if tomorrow Bitcoin goes to zero, or for some reason like it no longer exists, then it wouldn't affect your life too much. Okay, so if you invest in Bitcoin with that policy in mind, then I think you'll be okay. Okay, so once again, I want to thank you for tuning in. I know this is quite a long video, but then I wanted to get some of the background out of the way. And if you have any questions on Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, SEGWIT 2x, please leave your comment below, and or get in touch with me using the methods I listed here, and then I will respond. Okay, so once again, this is Crypto Dave. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you. Bye bye.